we have 13 years of states before we have the Constitution and the federal government that we have today. So let me ask you a question, because what we need to understand is that the Articles of Confederation created the first federal government. But when we dissolved the Articles of Confederation to ratify the new Constitution, what happened to that federal government? Someone tell me out loud. It's gone. It's gone. Which means right here, what are the only governments that exist? The states. Now this is a very important building block. Understanding that there was a period of history where the only governments that existed were the states prior to the ratification of the Constitution. How many of you remember from your history lessons, maybe your civics lessons, that in the point of ratifying our current Constitution, there was a period when we didn't have enough states to ratify. And the fear was, without enough states to ratify, then the Constitution will not be ratified, the Union will be dissolved, and we will be returned to separate states. Because the states are the only ones that existed prior to the ratification of the Constitution. If you're taking notes, if you're taking mental notes, you need to have some kind of way to remember that the states are the only ones that existed. Because it's essential to understanding the terms of the Constitution. So now that we know the creation of these states and the timeline in which they were created, what does it mean to be a state? Now we might think, come on, KrisAnne, that's crazy. Everybody knows what a state is, but do we? Because I'm going to suggest to you, if we do, we're not acting like it. So let's reacquaint ourselves with the definition of a state. We find the definition of a state in the last paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. If you have a pocket constitution, you can look in your pocket constitution for the Declaration of Independence. You will find this as the last paragraph. By the way, this last paragraph comes from the first clause of the Lee Resolution. The verbatim of the first clause is right here in the last paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. And we learn that the states are not colonies. Look at this. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare. You see, we didn't become independent on July 4th. We published and declared what we had done 2 days prior. That these united colonies are, and of right, ought to be, free and independent states. You see, we were colonies, but now we're states. A colony must be different from a state, right? Because otherwise, the whole paragraph is pointless. So what is the difference between a colony and a state? It's very simple. A colony is not free and independent. That's a state. You see, if you live in a colony, you must seek permission and guidance from the central government before you can use your land. If you live in a colony, you must seek permission and guidance from the central government before you can use your natural resources, before you can create certain laws, before you can have certain businesses. You must seek permission and guidance from the central government before you can educate your people. Anybody feeling more like a colony? Well, here's the good news. Arkansas is not a colony. You are a free and independent state. Now I want to pause here and make some certain distinctions here. This paragraph tells us who created the states. Who created the states? I mean, these are essential points that we must know, like this. Who created the states? The states were created by the authority of the good people. The people created the states. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator. with certain inalienable rights, and that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. Government is created by the people. And in this case, we created the states. Does this document have any reference to the federal government at all?
No.
No. I hear no. How many agree no? I want you to be absolutely sure. You sure? There's no mention of the federal government here. Everybody sure? Well, why does it say then representatives of the United States of America? Isn't the United States of America a reference to our federal government today? No, because grammar matters. See? That U is not capitalized, which means United States of America is not a proper noun. The only proper noun is States of America. That word united is an adjective to declare the condition of the states being united in their declaration. Now here's the thing. Remember those federal supremacists that I told you about that are writing our textbooks? There are versions of the Declaration of Independence right now in print where that U is capitalized. Do you know what that changes? Everything. It makes the federal government the creator of the states. And that is a temporal impossibility. But if we don't read the documents ourselves, we may be led to believe this error because it's right there in writing and we won't question it. So we know the states are not colonies. So what are the states? What does it mean to be a free and independent government? This is continuing with the last paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. It says that they are absolved from all allegiance, these free and independent states, from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the what? State of what? You see that? That word state is not simply synonymous with New Hampshire, Rhode Island, or Virginia. That word state is synonymous with Great Britain, France, or Germany. A state is an independent, sovereign government.